Hello everyone and good morning. Today we'll try to highlight another punctuation mark. This mark is used mainly for reporting a person's direct or exact words, the exact words of a person. Of course you know it, which is or which are the quotation marks. The quotation marks, or what the British call the inverted commas. The inverted commas. So we have two terms, which are used, for this mark, and of course both terms represent, also two forms. So you can represent it by using these quotation marks, and these are called quotation marks, or also by using the British term and the British form, which is like this, either double or even single. So for the British use, it's optional to use double or single inverted commas. Inverted commas. So here we have only one mark with two forms. The first one is British, which is inverted commas. It can be either double or single. Second one is an American use, and it is also today the wideliest or the most widely used and commonest form. Right, that's when our lesson will adopt this form, second one, and we call it the quotation marks. So today's mark is the quotation marks. This is about the form now. How about the use? Now, as we said before, that we always when we want to report or retell the same words of a person clear, we always enclose his speech within or between two quotation marks. Clear? Two quotation marks. For example, we write first use, number one. They are used to enclose. It means contain. One's exact words, or simply to enclose the direct speech. The direct speech, whether it is statement or a question or even an exclamation. Clear? Example right here. He said, you put your either colon or comma, then I open my quotation marks. Quotation marks, and I write, for example, I am happy. I am happy. Clear? I am happy. Now today, this is the commonest use of the form of this mark. But even if you find, for example, this quote between two inverted commas or single inverted commas, it's not wrong. It's only British use. British use. Good. He said, I am happy. Right. Of course, usually, as we said before, but always, if we have after the quotation marks a complete sentence, we should capitalize the first word. If it's only a fragment here, now let's capitalize the first word after quotations. Clear? Right. Good. Also, we have another use, which is, if you can say, methodological, which concerns mainly citing, or even when you write certain types of titles. Clear? Titles. For For example, titles of short stories, short poems, short plays, clear. And also articles, essays, titles also of speeches. So all these, okay, whenever you write them, okay, you have to put them between quotation marks. Quotation marks. This is something we can say methodological. We have to follow it and respect it. So we write here also to enclose titles, okay, of short stories, also short poems, right? Not, of course, a collection of poems. For example, also plays, short plays, also clear. Also musical instrument compositions, also titles of titles of articles, papers, and so on. Also essays, titles of essays, chapters, titles also of chapters, and also even speeches, also, and speeches, and here, to be clear, speeches. Right, for example, I write Edgar Allan Poe wrote his famous poem, short poem, The Raven. I put the raven between two quotation marks. The raven. The raven. The raven. The raven. Go. The raven. Also, we have another important use, okay, of this mark, right? When we want sometimes to distinguish, okay, a particular words, okay, or phrases, okay, which have special meaning or sense. Okay, we want to distinguish them from the rest of our writing, right? We try to place them between, okay, two quotation marks, right? Example, to enclose some words or even phrases, clear, that have special use or special sense. I want to give them special, you can say, connotation, special sense or meaning, especially if they have an, for example, ironical meaning, satirical, clear, don't know, technical. If they are coined words of mine, I invented them, I wanted to just point out to them as something special, right? Sometimes also you may use the marks, quotation marks also to enclose some words which are informal, okay, or slang, why not? Clear, just to show that these are distinct, not like the others. Clear. Like, for example, I write example. He called, or he calls, this process. For instance, Americanization process. Example. Process. So here this writer wants to show that, okay, this phrase, okay, is special, right? It has special sense and meaning, and he wants to emphasize it, okay, more than the other words. That's why he places it between two quotation marks, or even two double inverted commas if you want. But in case, okay, we have only one word, here we must use what? We must use only single, okay, inverted commas. Okay, only single inverted commas. Example, I write, he shouted, or describing it, he described the accident as terrible or terrific. Here, in case I have only one word with special sense, okay, with more emphasis, okay, I put only single inverted commas like this. Clear? Right. So if you have a phrase or something longer, double. Only one word, it's always single quotation, single inverted commas. Right. Single inverted commas. There is still another case in which we use in English, okay, the single inverted commas in this lesson. So just please follow. The second case now, when we use also single inverted commas, okay, concerns, okay, the case when we have a quotation, right, a direct quotation within or inside another quotation, right, another quotation. Example, we write, it's number 4, I think. Yes. We use single inverted commas, I mean these ones, to enclose or to contain, enclose a quotation, called the quotation, within another quotation. Another quotation. Example. For example, you write, he said, I can't believe him when he complains, here as if it is our second, right, or has complained, our second reporting verb, okay, within the first quotation. He complained, comma, then I open my second quotation with single inverted commas. I can't believe him when he complained, right, for example, and said, I am tired. Alright, I am tired. Here, like this. Then I close my first quotation with double quotation marks. And I put a full stop here, right, here, inside. Clear, inside. So, here I have what? I am tired, which is the second quotation within the first quotation. That's why I must distinguish it by putting it between two inverted commas. So these, single inverted commas. The single inverted commas are used to enclose a second quotation inside another quotation, and also to enclose only one word. Okay, one word when it has special sense or usage Go. Now what is left in our lesson of today is a kind of hint, or allusion to the use of the other marks within the quotation. So, of course, concerning the full stop and the commas are always placed within the sentence. Okay, the commas inside, right, and the full stop at the end of the quotation, or the quote, and before we close it, of course, inside. It's inside. But for the question mark and exclamation mark, we have two cases. Now, in case, example here, your interrogative sentence starts inside the quotation, you must put it, here, inside, before you close it. But in case your interrogative sentence starts before, the opening of quotation mark, here the question mark is placed outside, and after you close your quotation marks with two quotations. Clear? Let's take an example. Example, we write he asked. Do you come? Now here my question starts, inside. Alright, inside or between, after the first question marks, it's inside. So also, the question mark is placed inside. Like this. It's like this. Clear? Auxiliary verb of the question, or the interrogative sentence, starts within. So the mark should be also within. Alright, inside. But, for example, if we start the interrogative sentence before we open our quotation marks, for example, you write, did you hear him when he said, I will leave, or I would leave? I will, it's better, because here is that quote, I will leave. I will leave. Now here, as you see here, the question mark is within. So, question mark is within, inside. Here, the question mark, the reverb of the question is outside. and also the question mark will be outside. Clear? Outside. So either we have an auxiliary, okay, verb of the question, or WH word of the question inside the code, the mark also should be inside the code. If the auxiliary verb or WH word of the question is outside, the question mark also should be outside. Clear? And also the same thing with the question mark. Alright, for example, I write, for instance, he said, for example, what's a miracle? What a miracle. Here, the word of exclamation, okay, is inside. Right. What a miracle it is. It is inside. So also my exclamation mark should be inside. Clear? It should be also inside. Here it's inside. Here it's out. Here it's also out. Here also it is inside. Here also it is inside, as you see. Inside. But if I say, for example, for instance, he says, or I say, what's a big lie when he said, I'm ill? Example, he writes, what's a big lie? Right. When he said, right, I am ill. I am ill. Here. What's a big lie when he said, I am ill? So here, the word of exclamation is outside the quotation, and also the exclamation mark should be also outside. Should be also outside. You see? Alright. And also another remark about the end of quotation marks. You mustn't put two marks together. Clear? Choose only the most appropriate and suitable mark. Don't put full stop here and another one here. It's wrong. Alright. Always put one, okay, punctuation mark at the end, either inside or outside, depending on the form you have of your quotation, okay, on your sentence. Clear? So these are simply all the rules, okay, and the regulations, you can say, right, that govern the use of quotation marks, or what we call also the inverted commas. Right. So try in your writing to apply them always, and to take into account these remarks which I have mentioned here in this lesson. Wishing the best. Thanks so much, and see you. Now, before we end this video, just as a PS, postscript, okay, an extra remark, you know that in methodology, okay, whenever we have a quote or quotation of more than 3 lines, we don't put it between quotation marks. Clear? So when we talk about enclosing direct speech, okay, we mean, okay, when the quotation does not exceed 3 lines. Because if the quotation exceeds 3 lines, okay, we mustn't, okay, use neither before it nor after it any quotation marks. Clear? So we write here as a remark, only as a tip. If the quotation exceeds it means it is more than 3 lines. Okay, 3 lines. We don't use, okay, any quotation marks for it. You now need only to, okay, isolate it from the rest of our writing, clear, and put it in the form of one block. If you want, you can revise the manual of either MLA or API to see the correct form. Thanks so much.